When we're talking about expression and storage of breast milk, we usually emphasize that your hands should be clean. Wash your hands with soap and water or sanitize using alcohol. Number 2, make sure that the equipment you're using, the pumps, whether manual or electric, are very well cleaned and they do not have mold. Discard of any equipment that appears moldy. If you're sharing said equipment, say in a work setup, make sure that the countertops are cleaned. Make sure that the equipment is cleaned thoroughly. Storage of a milk should be done in milk storage bags or food grade container intended for breast milk. Do not store milk on freezer doors, as this may be subject to changes in temperature. Label the amount, the date, the time, and your child's name if this child is to attend daycare, and so labeling of a milk may come in very handy. Make sure that you've squeezed out all the air out of a plastic bags so that the milk stores flat and not bubbly, so that the bags may not burst later on because air expands when frozen. And finally, as you're storing the milk, kindly stick to the guidelines that we've released to you on how long milk should be stored in whatever space that you've chosen. Thawing of a milk means removing the milk from the freezer chamber and turning it into the liquid form of a milk so that it can be used by the baby. This can be done in warm or lukewarm running water, or in a container that has lukewarm water, or you just put it in the lower segment of a fridge where it can melt out as it's still in the fridge for the next, say, 12 hours. And then now you'll warm the milk in warm water so that you can give it to the child at a temperature that is convenient. Do not refreeze milk that has been thawed, and the milk can last 24 hours from thawing time, meaning from the time it has turned liquid, then you have 24 hours with the milk. Until then, you have to dispose of it. And finally, giving the baby the said milk, usually we say it can be transferred either to cup and spoon method, meaning you're feeding the child using a cup and a spoon, or feeding bottles with nipples that probably resemble the consistency of a mother's nipples, so that the milk is not just flowing out freely. The baby has to sort of suck through the nipple to get the milk out. I hope these help to ensure a seamless freezing, storage, and thawing of breast milk. Happy breastfeeding week.